Hi everyone and welcome to today's ALAKAZAM live. As usual, we're joined by the fabulous Mr. Wayne Goodman. Hello Mr. Wayne Goodman.
Just go back to my seat.
Hey.
You were cutting it fine.
I was on the chat. I was just dealing with someone on the chat, so I wasn't smiling.
All done? All sorted?
I thought you were going to play a trailer like we normally do. So I thought I'd get an extra couple of seconds to get back to my chair.
No.
And then my trailer, and I was like, he's done that on purpose. And I found a trick for him as well.
Oh, what you got?
I'm going to show you all the big picture by Carl Burnell.
Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We have actually got as well today the fabulous Mr. Andrew Paul Smith.
Hello. Hey. Hello.
And Andy's going to be performing a couple of bits for us today as well, aren't you, Andrew?
I am, yeah. I've got some John Bannon stuff. I've got a couple of books to talk to you about as well.
Lovely. Cool. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, before we start, last Thursday we had a product launch, and I think we're going to have a cheeky product launch next week, but on the Tuesday live.
Oh.
So it will be an exclusive look for all our live viewers.
Oh.
Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. I should just also tell everybody it's absolutely baking in this room, isn't it, Peter?
It is really hot.
Yeah, it is really hot in here.
I've got my windows open.
Oh, do you know what? I took a phone call from a customer earlier on who told me you're not supposed to open your windows when it's hot because it defeats the object. Lots of people think it will allow like a breeze to come through, but it doesn't. It just lets the hot air circulate. So she was saying to me that it's better to just close your blinds and like curtains and stuff to provide shade, but keep your windows shut. So
I think that's a good topic.
It is a good
to start. Let us know what you think, because my editing desk at home is right near the back patio doors, and I have them open, and it's nice and not drafty, but just feels nice. Let us know. Do we keep the doors shut, or do we keep them open?
Well,
yeah.
for the duration of this, I'm going to keep my window open, and I'll let you know how nice and cool I feel at regular intervals through the life.
Okay, and we will just melt here in the studio. We will slowly get further and further down in our seats.
Also, I should say that where I live is both quite a nice area, but has got a rough aspect for it. So if you hear a noise going past, it might be a police car or an ice cream van.
Oh. I love how you can't tell the difference between the two.
they both police after me. I don't know.
How many times have you run out there to a cop car and asked for a 99?
A few times.
Oh, right, okay. Fair enough.
So, right, back on track quickly. Yes, last Thursday we launched the fabulous Foods for Thought. Now, since we launched it, I have had a bunch of messages coming in saying, one, can you change the outcome? And two, can it be done in a different language? Now, we do talk about this on the after show, but we didn't record the after show. My preferred way of doing it is with a written prediction, because I think a written prediction is more personal to the spectator, especially if you write it in front of them as if you're predicting this just for them. So it's not something that's printed on the card and it's always there. I would prefer to write it and say, this one's just for you. This is what I think you're going to do, Andy. Now, if you write the prediction, obviously you can create lots of different outcomes depending on what you want to do. And obviously you can do it in any language you want, because the actual cards themselves are not language restricted, because they've all got the company logo on it, and the logo's the same the world over, so they're instantly recognizable. It's just a prediction card, and I think we supply the gift card to make the package complete, but at the end of the day, I think any worker that's doing this will write it on their business card, and it's a nice giveaway for your business card as well. But I have got a video of Steve-O performing this to his lovely wife and his wonderful sister. So shall we have a look at that?
Yep.
And this is with the written prediction and a completely different outcome. So here we go.
Hey guys, are you well?
Yep.
Oh, good. Quick question for you guys. Do you like fast food? Takeaway food? Yeah, so do I. Absolutely love it. Now, before I go any further with that, I had a bit of a psychic wave come over me earlier on, and I wrote something down. Now, I'll just get it out of my wallet. I've written it on the back of this business card. So I'm just going to pop that there. Now, I don't want you to look what's on the back just yet, but we're going to use that in a second. Now, back to fast food. I'm just going to use some of my loyalty cards that I have for my favourite fast food restaurants. And I'll tell you what, we'll leave them out of it. And just in case you had a little bit of a glimpse there and you know what order we're in, I'm going to give them a bit of a mix as well, so we don't know what order we're in at all. Now, I want you to imagine that this is a bit like, have you been to a service station before? When you come off the motorway, go into the service station, that this is the food court. But because you don't know where any of the restaurants are, it's a bit now like a psychic food court. So what you're going to do is just going to walk in whichever door that you like. So again, without looking on the back there, just pop that card on any one of the restaurants that you want to walk into. So you're happy with that one? Yeah. Now I'm going to turn my back and you're going to take 6 moves. Now these can be moves anywhere you want, left, right, right, left, whatever. But the only exceptions are you can only move 1 step at a time. And if you get to the end of the food court, you can't jump to the other end because you're not superhuman. So I'm going to turn my back so I can't see, and you're just going to move around 6 steps, please.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I don't think that you've ended up on either of the end takeaways. I don't think you've ended up at either end of the food court. Is that right, the 2 end ones? If you could just take the 2 either end ones away.
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, just take them away and put them face down somewhere, please.
Okay.
Now I'm going to give you, say, another 5 moves this time. And I'd like you to take 5 steps, and whichever card you land on this time, whichever fast food restaurant, I'd like you to take that card and pop it in the wallet, please. Again, keep it face down.
5 steps.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay, so if you could just take that card and pop that in the wallet, whichever one you've landed on. And there should be 2 cards left, is that right?
Yeah.
If you could just take one for yourself and slide one to me. Again, totally free choice.
Okay.
Okay, so now at the end we have a prediction which is written down. Which one did you slide to yourself just there, by the way? Was it this one here and these were the other 2?
Yeah.
Okay, we put one in the wallet and this one's for me, is that correct? Now at the beginning I mentioned I actually had a prediction written down which you've been using all along, and you didn't read this, correct? For the first time, if you could just turn that over and start to read what's on the other side for me, please.
Why not order a takeaway from Domino's or McDonald's?
Were these the cards that you took away, was that correct?
Yeah.
If you could just turn those over for me, please. McDonald's and Domino's.
Domino's.
And what's the next line?
Keep me in your wallet and grab a KFC on the go.
Was this the one that you put in there? A KFC? There should be another line on there.
Why not grab yourself a foot long from Subway?
Is that what you did? Let's have a look. And what's the final line there?
Maybe even treat someone to a Starbucks.
Lovely. I'll have a large latte.
I will as well.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
That's great stuff.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it is. Do you know what I like about that as well is the fact that I often think that whenever you're doing like any mind reading or mentalism type stuff, it's always good that you can it's as if it gives the impression that no matter what happens in any decision that anybody makes, you've already the thread is continued with that. Does that make sense? Do you get what I mean? So and this does that. It's like bang, 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 bang. It's great.
That's the thing that really impressed me when I first saw Martin perform it. Was the reveal after reveal after reveal, And you know, the first one I'm thinking, yeah, okay, and then you're starting to think, oh, okay, well, how's that, and it sort of trips you up because there's so much going on.
Yeah.
But it's 100% self-working. I just want to say as well, a big shout out to my dear friends in Paris, the Magic Dream crew, who are watching as we speak. And I know anyone that's watching from France that wants to get hold of Foods for Thought, I'm sure they're going to be picking it up. So yeah, that will be great. But yeah, it's such a great routine. I mean, Steve-O done it so well there as well when he mixed up the outcome. And I 100% believe it is stronger with a written prediction. I think it's more personal.
Yeah, and one other thing I was going to say about written prediction is it when something's written down, it seems, what's the word? Like you said, it is more personal, but it seems like that is something that only you could have done.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're right in that prediction because, Andy, I know what you're going to do.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to commit myself to the exact steps you're going to take. Boom, and then put it down. Now you've got this great one-on-one. So when they're thinking back, they're not going to think, well, that's printed on there and it must be that all the time.
Yeah.
This will be, no, he wrote that for me. And the next time you perform it, it will be a completely different outcome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. It really is. You performed this because I missed the performance that Martin had done when he came down to do the filming. But you very kindly performed this for me last week, and I immediately were like, "You're going to love doing this." And quite rightly, it went straight into the repertoire, and I'm doing it already. It's great. It really is very good.
Such a fun piece. You've been working it, Wayne.
I have. It's in my wallet. It's in my wallet right now in the other room. I love it. I said that as soon as I saw it, I said, this is something that I could work. This is something that's going to, you know, if I'm working in a restaurant, if I'm working at a wedding, I was at an outdoor garden party at the weekend. It's great. People love it. And it's something they can relate to as well. You know, you bring out some ESP symbols and they're just a bunch of shapes, but you bring out 5 cards that have got things that they know and they use and they visit regularly, then it has more of an appeal for them. It's sort of like, oh yeah, and they do. When you turn them over, you go, oh, treat yourself to McDonald's, they turn it over, they go, hey, you know, they love it. Great.
Yeah, and they're engaging props as well. I mean, you just hit the nail on the head there. You know, something about taking out things like Xena cards, all right, they're things that people aren't necessarily going to know, but they're generally just symbols, aren't they? They have no personal connection. They don't look generally very colourful, but as soon as those cards come out and they're turned over, you know, you've got that colour as well, and they're engaging, like you said.
Well, when you talk about, I mean, this is something that everyone's talking about at the moment, EDCs, everyday carry, something that you carry on you all the time. And I view an EDC really as something that should look, and once again, it's a term that's thrown out there a lot, organic, something that you should be carrying with you. You know, that's one of the reasons why I love things like contactless, because it is my wallet. You know, it's my wallet, and I know it's ready to go. And the good thing about Foods for Thought is these cards are available everywhere, and you do keep them in your wallet. That's literally it.
Yeah,
you do keep them in your wallet, so they do not look out of place. And that's the other good thing about writing the prediction, because you're just getting out these loyalty cards and your business card.
Yeah.
So you're giving your business card away, you're writing a prediction which is personal, means you can write it in any language as well. And you know, you're just doing something with the contents of your wallet. I think it's a great I think it's a great routine. Really, really strong.
Yeah, agreed.
So we got, let's say, a few hellos. We got a fantastic Bill Richards joining us. We've got Andy Tigley, we got Alex, we've got Kevin, Ollie, Mark Waddington, hi Mark, David Hand, Ian Raymond Walker, John Williams. A lot of you joining us today, so welcome everyone. Dark Phoenix, who said, hi Wayne, hi Pietro. Oh, who's Dark Phoenix?
Oh. I thought, look, I haven't got my phone here, so I'm sure that Ian Raymond Walker's left a message in reference to me today, but I haven't seen it yet. I will respond later.
I haven't seen one, but it might have been on the other.
Is he slacking? Is he slacking? Ian? Well, something will come up now.
Right, Sean Churchyard said, for restaurant workers, would it be possible to pick up a loyalty card from that restaurant and swap it in for one of the other cards, providing they look similar? 100% yes.
Yeah.
100% yes, you can.
Yeah, that's a good idea actually. You know, if you want to integrate some other cards from residencies and things.
Yeah, and remember, even if it's not that identical, it doesn't really matter, because the first phase, your back is turned anyway.
And also, they're not making choices based on what they're seeing.
No.
So even if the cards are double-sided, and you can see what they are, it doesn't really matter, because they're not making choices on which is your favourite restaurant. They're moving it, whatever one you like. So the backs could have designs on them as well, because it's not based around that. It's based around if they're moving and stuff. So yeah, you can easily use it with any 5 cards you want to.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. The principle's solid and 100% self-working.
Yeah.
Right, so we have got a couple more little videos to play. I'm going to play a very, very quick one, if you don't mind. This is an item that's come back into stock today. I know Harry's been playing with it, and once again, it's a great little everyday carry, because once again, it looks like something that people would carry. So let me... Andy Chase said, Wayne, where did you get that shirt from?
Telling me wishes he could get a shirt like this. I tell you, I'm nice and cool, mate. I'm nice and cool. And I'm not just talking about because I've got the window open either. This is all right. I've seen his shirts. His shirts are so loud I get tinnitus.
Right, here we go, and then we'll be back with a trick from our very own Andy Smith.
Excuse me, mate. What song are you listening to?
Oh, it's do you know I Believe in Miracles by Hot
Chocolate? I love that song.
Yeah, do you want to see a miracle?
Yeah.
Alright, check this out. Ready, watch.
Okay.
Look at the AirPods. Ready?
Yeah.
Watch the AirPods. 1, 2, 3, just like that. Completely
Wow,
vanished.
That is a miracle.
Back in the ears, mate.
I believe
Look at
in
that.
miracles
Back in the
now.
ears.
I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sex a thing, yo.
And there was Jenny with a bit of singing there. Thankfully, she don't do it that often.
I think the same thing that we need more of her singing in these little videos. I think it enhances it. I like the way she walks up, like she doesn't know who it is.
Yeah.
And stops him, and then follows him into the shop.
Yeah, I will just say, right, you would not believe the amount of fun that we have making some of the videos. They are really funny, especially some of the outtakes. I do say to Harry that sometimes we should keep the outtakes in, because they're just
do
really,
a video and just compile the outtakes.
Yeah, I think we should. They are very funny. Yesterday's one was quite good. If you guys saw it, it was the one with the needle through balloon. There was lots of giggles to be had that day. It was great.
I think one that you should look at is the one with the oil can. That's a great gag and a great trick.
Do you know, my nephew, I went to a barbecue on Sunday, and my nephew, he's 32, 32, right? And I got to the barbecue, and it was, it wasn't a barbecue, it was just a family gathering. Noah had been asked to come and have a play date with his little boy. So we went round to my sister-in-law's, and we got there, and we were like, oh, hello, Roman, yeah, nice to see you and stuff. And he came over to me and went, oh, that video. I went, what video? He went, that video, the guy, the young guy that works with you, that he was doing with the hat, with the oil and stuff. He said, I can't tell you the amount of times that me and Sophie have watched that. He said, where does it go? I mean, it's great, right? And literally he's going, oh, it's great. And I said to him, do you know how many views that's up to? And he was like, no. So I told him, and then Harry had messaged me to tell me how many it had gone up that day. And he was like, oh, it's amazing. It really is good. So he's been looking at all the videos that we've been filming, and he loves that one. He really does love that one. Sorry?
And they're available in store.
I did. That was the first thing I did. I said, you want to learn how to do it, Ross? I said, we got them. So just make an order, mate.
Right, a couple of things coming. Philip Austin said, you have to be careful because loyalty cards have information related to the front and back of the card relating to the restaurant. Sorry, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's not as if you don't know or they don't have. It doesn't rely on them not knowing what the restaurants are. Put it that way, or you not knowing, because like Wayne said, they're actually following. They're making some choices, so it doesn't matter if they can see it. I mean, preferably. You want them all looking the same, but it really doesn't matter. If you wanted to go out and get 5 of your own local cards, you could do it. You could do the same thing, do the same multiple prediction, because you could do it. There was another couple of. Oh no, hang on. Yeah, there is another couple of things. David Minton said, wasn't Wayne's shirt in The Shining? Ian Raymond Walker said,
here we are, finally.
He said, I'm sure it was him, I can't find it now, but I'm sure he said, oh, there it is, yeah, caravan curtains.
Unbelievable. My step trends, I don't follow them. All right, you can all have your little jabs at it. Next week, when we do a Discord or a Zoom or whatever, they'll all be wearing them, sat there, saying they thought of it.
And Daniel Johnson is joining us. He is the brains behind Fast, that fantastic card at any number that we performed last week.
Can we just say the amazing brains behind Fast?
Yeah. Did I say that?
You just said the brains.
Oh, I meant amazing brain. He did actually, he fooled me with that really badly on Skype or Zoom when I was speaking to Mick Wilson. He was there at Mick's house. Brilliant trick. He said, Wayne, thanks for waking him up the other day. He'd missed his alarm. Were you late getting out of bed, Wayne?
I picked up Fast on Tuesday after the live, or during the live. You went to an advert and I ordered it straight away and it came, but I didn't get a chance to have a look at it. It arrived, but I didn't get a chance to look at it until I think it was Sunday. So I went down to my little cafe and I sat down and opened it up and learnt it. And I was it's so easy and it's so amazing that I felt compelled to ring him up and I woke him up. But what better way to be woken up, you know?
Yeah, it's a great trick. It's a really, really good trick. Luke Jonas says, loving the shirt.
Thank you, Luke. At last, someone who deals in class, obviously.
Obviously, he's still got a black and white telly. Andy.
Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, the old Darwin thing's coming out again. There we go. This is an ongoing thing between me and him. Bless him.
Right. That's enough about your shirt. It's taken up enough time on this live. We've got the fantastic Andy Smith with us, who's going to be performing an effect. Why don't you perform it on Wayne if I bring you?
We can do that.
Split screen.
We can do that.
Okay, let's go.
So I do need to get this out of the bag. Hang on a minute. Oh, what's this?
Oh, that's a lovely bag.
What is that? Wow, look at that. This
That's got to be a one-off, right?
Well, yeah, wow, indeed. This is the amazing Alakazamtote bag. These are now in stock. I tell you what, right? Harry gave me one of these to take home for Debs last night, and literally she undid the car and I went, look what I've got you. And you should have fit this in the face, no word of lie. She was like, oh my God, I've got an Alakazam tote bag. So there we go. These are now available. But I have something in here that I wanted to show you guys. There is some other stuff in here which we'll come back to in just a second. Wayne, do you remember when you were at school? I know it was a bit of time ago.
Yeah.
Vaguely, right? Do you remember that all of the girls, mainly the girls, would have these things? They were called fortune tellers. You know, there were pieces of paper that were like origami folds, and then they would do these.
Now.
Yeah, cootie catchers. I think I think it's an American term. The cootie catchers. Did you know that the name cootie catcher actually comes from the little design that is on specific ones? So that when you open and close it, it looks like the dots that are on there, the apparent cooties, are being like eaten and regurgitated. That's where the thing comes from. I don't have a cootie catcher here, so I can't demonstrate it. But they've been around forever. In fact, they're worldwide. I think if you was to ask anybody to identify one, they'd probably say that they possibly a UK thing or an American thing, but they're all over the world. Poland, for example, they call them Nibro Pyklo. There we go. In Germany, they're called Himmel und Hölle, right? And in Italy, they're called Inferno Paradiso, which all basically mean heaven and hell. Right? But one of the things behind them is that you would ask questions, you would do the thing like this, the weird contortions, and it would apparently give you the answer, hence the reason they're called fortune tellers. Like I said, I don't have one here, but I do have something that is kind of based on a similar sort of principle. Now, obviously, these are playing cards, but more importantly, on the back of these playing cards, we have some letters, all right? Varying letters that are on the back of here. There's not a whole deck of cards, it's just a small packet. Now, if you were here, I'd ask you to mix these up, but we'll keep this as fair as we possibly can. All right, so we're going to give these a mix up just like this. All right, and in fact, what we will do is we will take some of the cards. Let's see, those cards here, and we will take them and we will mix them face up and face down like this. All right, fair. And just to give them one last mix. There we go. This is just mix them up a little bit further. Now, obviously, as a person that uses playing cards, that's probably how you would mix cards up. But we know that people that aren't into Magic or aren't card players tend to mix things a little bit differently or a little bit strangely to what we would do. So I'm going to simulate one of those for you now by dealing the cards out and turning over every other card, all right? So a bit like this. So we're going to deal, turn, deal, turn, deal, turn, deal, turn, deal, turn, deal, turn. All right? And to further mix them up, I'm also going to fold in sides. So we've got 4 sides here. Could you just tell me what side you want me to start with? Do you want me to start with right, left, top or bottom?
Top.
The top. So we're going to fold the top half down. Now where would you like me to go?
Right.
My right, yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. So we will fold this one over.
And right again.
Right again. Perfect.
And right again.
Right again. Perfect.
And bottom to top.
Bottom to top. All right. So you can see that these are indeed mixed up. All right. So we've got face up cards and face down cards. Now I said that there are letters in here. Are you a card player? I know you're obviously a magician, but are you a card player as well?
Played a few games in my time.
Okay. So we're going to take out each of the face down cards, just like this. Now, bear in mind that these all have letters on here. I don't know, you could have made other words up from this, all right? But, you know, these are the ones that are now discarded because they were the face-up ones. We do have a set of face-down cards, and if we look, we can actually make a particular word out of this. We can make the word lucky. Now, I asked you if you were a card player, right? One of the things that you would probably want as a card player, if you play cards a lot, is a bit of luck, right? And in actual fact, when you're talking about luck, one thing you would want is probably a winning hand, right? And I think you've been lucky today, Wayne, because that's an ace, that's a king, that's a queen, a jack, and the 10 of spades, thus giving you a raw flush in spades, just for you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's a lovely effect.
It is a lovely effect. So this is, oh my God, Super Morigami. This is, yeah, it is a great name. It really is. And you know, the beautiful thing about it is that is now reset to go again. So it goes straight into the wallet and you can perform it immediately, you know, repeat it. Obviously the outcome is going to be this, so it's not something you're going to be wanting to repeat for the same audience. But how cool is that? You know, they do all the mixing. You can hand them the packet of cards, they can mix them up. Every choice is freely made. They can do that. There is no forcing of anything at all. They literally do all the work. And the cards are beautiful. They're nice bright colours. The cards have letters that are bold print on them, so they're visible enough to stand out. And yeah, it's just a wonderful effect. It really is. On the video that you get, Liam Montier and John Bannon are obviously talking about the effect. John goes through obviously the workings. He also has some little bits on there that make the effect play that little bit bigger. Just some suggestions. One of the things he covers, which I think was a really neat idea, is, and I think this is probably something that a lot of people are going to consider when they come to this effect, is the space factor about like this folding thing. You know, I dealt them out the width of my mat, but honestly, you only need that. It's 4 playing cards. It's for, you know, that's it. So that is 1 point. Also, the mixing procedure and the turning procedure and stuff, he does cover that as well. You can substitute some other way of doing that for what I've just done there. But it is awesome. Comes with its little packet trick wallet as well. But honestly, you know, there are 12 cards here, so they can just go in your wallet. You know, it's not going to bulk it out that much.
It does come with a nice little wallet for it, doesn't it? But
yeah, it comes with a nice wallet for it. Yeah. And you know, again, and this is a point that he does make on the video. You know, don't necessarily shy away from effects. You know, I guess the 21 card trick would probably fall in the same sort of category where you're dealing and doing stuff. Because, you know, they are still strong tricks for lay people. I mean, that is a strong trick for a lay person, because all the choices are there and made. So we have these in stock. Oh my God, Super Morigami by John Bannon. Check it out. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's great. Great performance of it.
Thank you very much.
So we've got another trailer to drop. So shall I drop that now? Let's do it now. Be back in a minute, Wayne.
all right, you two should get a drink. You're looking quite warm there.
It's really hot.
I've got the breeze coming through. I'm all right.
Right, here we go.
Hello guys and welcome to Oraculum. Now what is Oraculum? Oraculum is one of the best openers you can do for parlour or stage. Trust me, it is brilliant. Let me show you what you can do with it. Andy, inside this box I've got a prize, and on this board I've got 6 different prizes. In a moment you're going to choose one of these numbers. I'm going to try and influence you to choose the one I want you to have. But whatever you win, you will go home with today. So listen very carefully, you may pick up on it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Andy, the choice is yours. Which prize would you like to go for?
Number 2.
Are you sure? Number 2? Yeah. Okay, number 2. I'll take it out at fingertips. Now, before I show you what you've won, let me show you what you could have won. So you could have won, if you'd have chosen number 1 would have been £10,000, number 3 would have been £100,000, number 4 £750,000, number 5 £500,000, or number 6 £250,000. But you didn't want to go for these. You went for number 2, which wouldn't have been my first choice, but it's still a decent prize. Andy, you are going home with a cuddly toy, my friend. Remember, I've had a prize sitting here with your name on it, all right? Let's have a look what you've won. It is, in fact, the cuddly toy. Andy, he is for you, my friend. Now, here's the thing, guys. You don't have to do prizes. You can do almost like that, like a bank night routine. You can do the classic hug kill. You can do destinations. You can do car names. If you're at a product launch, you can have the name of that product. It is entirely limited by your imagination. It's simple to do. It's easy to carry around, and I know it hits big. It's so good, we used it in the audition for Britain's Got Talent. I know you guys will love it. Welcome to Oraculum.
Could you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, we couldn't hear it for some reason. Very strange. Phil Austin had a great comment here. He done, oh my God, origami, or is it origami?
Oh my God, morigami.
Morigami at the weekend, but he must have used casino cards. But he used the first letter of the different casinos or the different clubs, or he wrote the club name on them. As the letters, which gave it a reason to have the letters on there.
Yeah.
So you had the names of the thingy, which I think is a great idea.
Obviously, one of the things I would say, I mean, this is great. It's, John Bannon does also, I think, give a couple of suggestions on there for ways that you can explore the principle that's kind of gone through. But yeah, that's a great idea, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. So that trailer we showed you, that was that's basically Perspex prediction by Rob Bromley, but the boys had the idea of doing it with words for their BGT audition, and they actually started their audition with that, so no one knew if they were dancers, singers. They all thought they were a pop group, and they said, Simon, you're going to decide what we do today. And whatever number he chose obviously had magic on it, and the rest of them had dog act, acrobats, dancing, singing. It's a great little routine. So we commissioned Rob to make us loads of the blank cards. Someone's ordered the oil can.
Hey.
So it's a great piece.
Yeah.
If you're doing stage and that,
it's not my nephew, is it?
It's Andy.
Oh, no, it's not.
I love the idea that you could do like a bank night routine like that, or you could do literally do anything you want. If you're working, you want to give away a prize, you want to do on the video like a trade show or something. You got so many different things here you could choose from. Blah, 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 blah. Or if you're doing a business talk, or it's great as a compare piece. It's such a beautiful.
Yeah. One of the things I said yesterday was that I'm a big fan. It's an old trick, Pineapple Surprise, doing that sort of effect with it, where the prediction isn't what is on the thing, but then it turns out to be. So like a lead them down the garden path type thing. So yeah, you've got lots of options with it. It's great, so you can customize it as you see fit, and obviously the refill cards are available currently as well.
Yeah.
So you can make up, a couple of sets.
Here's a nice one for all the kids entertainers out there. You get the dad or the birthday child up, or one of the grown-ups up on a chair. You tell them they're going to get mucky, and then you say, "Well, we're gonna push into his face whichever one of these things you choose." And when they choose one, when you turn it round, there's a brick, there's a whatever you want to, like a pineapple with the spikes on it, a cactus, really horrible things. When you turn it round, it's cut to top high, and they get the fly in the face. It's quite fun.
Yeah. As Harry says, it's only limited by your imagination. So the more diverse things you can think of, great.
Damien has asked if it's suitable for close-up. It's not a close-up effect. I think the prop's too big for close-up anyway. But yeah, it's not something you would hand out to be examined. But it was always designed, that sort of effect, as a stand-up sort of parlour piece. There are other versions out there for close-up.
I was going to say, I think you could get away with it in parlour, but I wouldn't want to do it close-up.
Yeah, I wouldn't, and the prop's too big for close up anyway. You wouldn't do it close up. But It's really designed. I used to do it like for a small stand-up gatherings, you know, and I would happily, I wouldn't because it's too big, but I would happily do it at tables. I wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't be scared to do it at a table, even people at those close quarters, but I wouldn't do it because the prop's too big. But you know what I mean. Prop wise, I wouldn't be bothered if they saw it that close. But yeah, the prop's just too big, I think, to do in a close-up setting. And plus you've got to carry it around, and it does require even though it's pretty quick, it does require a reset. But they're in, and I think when these are gone, I don't think we'll be getting the blank versions again. So we'll still get the original Perspex prediction, but we basically commissioned Rob to make the blank cards for us. So that's that. What else have you got in your sac magique?
Sac magique. Oh, so can anybody tell me where sac magique comes from?
I can.
Apart from Peter and Wayne, if he knows. That would be interesting if anybody knows where sac magique comes from and the characters that were involved with that. I know at least 2 people that would be able to answer that are possibly watching today. So, this little lovely. Oh, let me take the bag out again. Oh, look at that!
Look at that!
That
just screams quality.
It does scream quality. Look at this. So we will come back to the last item in just a second. So a little while back, we got in this amazing book here. This is. And I'll be honest, I've only just started reading it, but so far, colour me impressed, because so far what I've read is great. This is Offbeat by Nick DeFate. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's great. It is the sort of book that I love reading, just mainly because it's written in a very relaxed style. It doesn't come across like lots of magic books do. Rosie and Jim, yay! It doesn't come across, the trouble is, and I've said this numerous times before, magic books are technical manuals for the most part, all right? And no one really enjoys reading technical manuals. You know, you wouldn't put a Haynes manual down in front of you and say, read that all the way through, because it's just not done. Although I'm sure there's probably people out there that may try. But lots of magic books are pretty much like technical manuals because you're trying to get information across as succinctly as you possibly can. Now, the thing is that the routines that I've read so far, they are very detailed. They cover everything that you need to know, but you get a sense from the writing that the person is there going through it with you, which I think is great for magic books, because we all know that, with magic books, they're not nowadays the best medium for people or people gravitate towards learning magic. But this is an awesome book. Just to give you an idea of the kind of material that's in here, Nick DeFate is a comedy magician, and he talks about that quite early on in the book, about the difference between comedy magic and a comedian that does some magic and a magician that does some comedy. He goes into quite a bit of detail, not to the point of like this is the only way, but just to give you some food for thought. And if you want to start introducing comedy into your magic, or performing as a comedy magician, and do some great magic at the same time, then this is the book to start reading. It's great. There's very few. I was trying to find actually some footage of Nick DeFate performing. There are some videos online. Me and Peter discussed a particular one earlier on. And there's one moment. I'm not going to give it away, because as soon as you see it, you will laugh your head off. And Peter, you said earlier on, it was like one of the funniest moments you'd seen.
Yeah,
for
it's one
ages.
of the best gags.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
His timing is perfect with it as well.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know how old Nick DeFate is. I would say he's younger than me, but you know, I would say that he is someone to really look out for, because I think he's going to make a huge mark on the magic world. You know, when you've got people like Chris Kenner and Matt King, you know, talking about this guy and saying, you know, his stuff's great, he's a great performer, then I think, you know, that's good enough to start, you know, examining the stuff that he's doing. So I, for one, am looking forward to making my way through this and reading more and more and learning, you know, a little bit more about the material that's inside. So if you want to introduce funny into your act, this is the book to pick up and start reading.
Brilliant. I know I picked myself up a copy. I haven't started reading it yet, but I will do. And purely, I picked up a copy on the back of that joke.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I know it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Just on the back of that.
It's called Offbeat by Nick DeFate. We have these in stock. It's a good. Oh, one other thing I was going to say as well. I was talking about the actual writing style. One thing that you don't that I thought was kind of on the way out in magic books, because a lot of magic books were being taken over with like illustrations and stuff. You actually get full colour photos in here as well, and footnotes. You know, little bits of information, stuff that you make up. You know, so it's you know, it's just really, it's an engaging read, I think, is what I'm getting at. It's an engaging read, and I have no doubt, because I've read the first couple of effects in here, and also the first magic discussion, and already, you know, that's started me thinking about things that I wasn't considering before. So yeah, so I think it's going to be awesome.
And we got those in stock, right?
We have these in stock. So yeah, Offbeat by Nick DeFate.
And I will say, Roy Smith has just come onto the chat, and I think Roy's right. Tots TV.
Tots TV, yeah.
Not Rosie and Jim.
Oh no, it wasn't. You're right.
It is Tots TV.
Okay. Does anybody know the name of the Tots though?
Wayne, there's another message for you.
Listen, I don't. It's worse straight over. It doesn't bother me. I know how good I look. It's all right.
Laura said, can I order online for the books? Yes, you can, Laura. If you pop to AlakazamMagicUK, and it's called Offbeat. Just search for Offbeat and it will come up.
Laura, keep an eye on the site as well, because these shirts are coming on there, I tell you, I guarantee.
Hang on. Look at this.
Tiny
Tom.
Oh. Is that right?
No, it's very nearly right. Yes.
Well, there you go. We have got another trailer to play, and then Wayne's going to do us a trick, I believe.
Yay!
Yeah, about that.
Okay, so this trailer, the Alakazam Academy, is coming back. I think our first... Have we had an academy this year?
No.
Not yet.
So our first academy is happening in about 2 weeks' time, and then I think we've got 1 or 2 per month coming up. But the next one will be going...
I think you have had an academy. When was Craig Petty's last coin academy?
I don't know if that was last year. Oh, it may have been. Yeah, it may have been. But we have got them starting up again. The next one's in a couple of weeks. Should be up on our site later on this week. But we have introduced something else to the Academy. They are called the Academy Study Sessions. It's something that Andy's going to be filming a few videos for. I believe Wayne is, I think Craig Petty is. And basically what these are, they're pre-recorded videos, but they will be, Tilly, Tom and Tiny.
Yay!
There you go, well done.
Who got that?
That was Laura.
Oi!
So, yeah, these are study sessions, so they're going to be focusing on particular areas. So John Carey filmed the first two. We wanted it to be John Carey because he's the one that kicked off the Academy when we first launched it. John has done two fantastic study sessions. The first one on card reveals. Now, it's not just the reveal of the card. You are learning all the effects that go with them. And the second one is on card controls. And there are some beauties in there. Really deceptive, really easy card controls. But I have got a little trailer for one of them. I can't remember which one. I think it might be the card reveals. But let's take a look at it now.
Hello everybody, I'm John Carey and I'm proud to tell you all about Total Control. Total Control is a card controls project where we take a deep dive into the world of card controls. 20, yeah that's right, 20 different card controls of different handling levels are taught. Something for the beginner up to the intermediate and one or two advanced items which I'm sure you're going to love. Some original work and some classical controls and finesses discussed in full detail as I am accompanied by my dear friend Harry Nardi from AlakazamMagicUK. Magic. We had a whole lot of fun for filming this project. There's even a few bonus tricks and a bonus non-card item at the end, a piece of propless mentalism using a classical concept I just know you're going to love, something you can do anytime, anywhere. This, my friends, is Total Control.
So both sessions are now live on our site and you can buy them as a bundle, and if you buy them as a bundle I think you save £15 if you buy both together. So they're £25 each, or I believe £35 for both. So yeah, really good value, so go pick them up. So Wayne, what you got for us?
Got a shirt.
You've got a lovely shirt, actually. I'm just having a look if there's been any more comments, because
I'm a bit worried that next week I'm going to wear a different shirt and they're all going to be focusing on that. I can't believe. Okay, I've got a trick here. I'm not going to lie. When I picked this up, I ordered this a couple of weeks ago from AlakazamMagicUK, and I didn't really watch the video properly. So when I arrived,
no, wow.
Doesn't sound like you, Wade.
The actual performance video, and when I opened it up I was like, oh, it's not what I thought it was, and I was a little bit disappointed. And then I watched it and I watched the instructions, and I love it. I think it's really, really good. I think it's brilliant, in fact. So I'm going to show it for you now.
Shall I bring you up full screen? You'll be able to hear us still.
Yeah, come on, that'll be all right. You're going to make some choices. Well, one choice actually.
Okay.
Okay, hello. Look at that. The old hair going. I'm going to turn it down though.
Just for anyone that hasn't had a close look at that shirt, we brought you up full screen.
Oh, my eyes.
Look at that. There we go. Okay, so what I've got here is a prediction. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. A couple of cards. But what I've got here is a pack of cards. Now, what this is a blank deck, and I've written on here, or printed on this side, I've got loads of different things. So, and some of them are actual physical things like a pyramid, or love, which is more of a, something you would feel. And I can go through there we go, a pizza, fish, cup, go a bit further down, coffee, flowers, a truck, a bed. So all very, very different things: fork, watch, book, pencil, lots and lots of different things to choose from.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deal down very, very slowly, and one of you just say stop whenever you like. Okay, we're not going to go. I don't want to go all this through. Like, obviously, we're going to need time. So just whenever you like, just say stop.
Stop.
Okay. So you happy with that one, or do you want to go back to the one before?
Go back to the one before.
This one here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Put that over here. We'll come back to that in a second. So again, you could have had any of these. Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have had a car or ice cream or cup or water, a phone, a plane, and like I said, we could have picked it this way, I suppose. But I quite like the idea of going this way and you're actually seeing what it is you can choose. I think it makes it a bit more fair. I'll place these over here. So this is the one that you chose, a TP. Do you know what a TP is?
Yes.
It's like a
little tent.
A little tent thing. Well, I told you that I've got a prediction here. It's been sat here the whole time. It's actually 2 cards. If I turn them over, I can show you that these 2 cards make up a tent.
Yeah, nice.
Very good.
Boom. Something in it.
Very good.
Yeah,
young
it's
man.
very good. And who's that by, Wayne?
That is by Carl Purnell, who had his birthday the other day as well. Carl Purnell. Carl Purnell, and it's called Big Picture, and I believe they are in stock right now.
Oh.
And it's not self-working, but there's no slides or moves. It's really, really simple to do. It's really lovely to do.
Quick question.
Yep.
Does it already come written on?
Yes, everything comes printed, but if you wanted to make your own version up, once you know what's going on, you could make it up in any language and with the images. So there's no, if you want to make one, once you know what's happening, you can easily make this up yourself.
Yeah, it's great. Great. Darren Bain says that was intense.
Hey.
He's a funny lad, isn't he?
But he also said perhaps we should canvass some other opinions on the subject.
You went too far. Too much now.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
So that's sort of bringing us to the end of this live. Guys, if you haven't already liked our Facebook, make sure you do. The numbers are going crazy at the moment. That has gone up since I was in here setting up. That's gone up over 25 new subscribers to our Facebook. Remember what I said, when we hit 50,000, we've got another mega giveaway. And you know how good our giveaways are. It's usually £1,000 worth of stock. And we have got, obviously, I don't want to talk about it, it's so early, but we have got the big Christmas show happening in a few months. It's only a few months off.
I was gutted last year because I wanted to be there and I couldn't be there, could I? I was busy doing other things.
Well, we had Santa, so that was all right.
He looked like
Well,
a cool Santa.
we'll see if you can make it this year.
Hopefully.
I
reckon I've got as much chance of making it as Andy has of winning his bonus.
Well, it's funny you should say that.
Yeah.
It's funny you should say that. Yeah.
So, but there's a lot happening. Keep your eye out for the academies, because like I said, they are coming back. We've got some great names. Harry's been booking up people left, right and centre, and there is something for everyone. So yeah, keep your eyes open. We've got, someone said, have you got any Halloween tricks? We have got about 4 Halloween releases this year. And you're
doing it a bit differently, aren't you, Pete?
Yes, I think so. I think we are going to start sort of mid-September, and we're going to start releasing 1 a week.
Cool.
So we might use the lives as a little live launch platform.
A launch live?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to launch 1 a week because we've got so many, and we want you to have them in your hands to perform at Halloween.
Didn't I hear there might be a little launch live next week?
There is. Yes, right here on the Alakazam Live. So you guys will get to see the brand new product before anyone else by joining us live right here next Tuesday at 2 p.m. So don't miss it. A few people, no, one person has said, late to the party, what have I missed? You've missed everything.
Yeah.
You missed a shirt, though.
Yeah,
You missed a shirt.
look,
No one can
look
miss
at
a
that shirt. It's a beauty.
This Saturday, some of the members from the Discord, myself, Andy Chase, hopefully Sean Man, Magic Maisie, and a few other, Sean Churchyard, Clifford's going to be there. We're all going to be down at the Jubilee Club in Crawley in Sussex. So if you live near there, we are all performing. I think there is a small charge, very small charge, like a couple of quid, for non-members of the club to come in. But we're going to be doing a mixture of close-up and stand-up, and it's going to be a great night. It's our second annual Magic Extravaganza. We did it last year, doing it again on the 16th of July, which is this coming Saturday, at the Jubilee Club. And if you want the information, you can drop me a message or go on my Facebook, because I've got the posters up there for it.
And if you are going, bring a birthday card.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
it's someone's birthday.
On the Sunday, yes, my birthday on the Sunday. I'm going to be, I've made it, 21!
Yay!
I will. Yeah. I've got these as well. Nobody can see my new wristband I've got. We've got the tape bars, I've got a wristband. Seen these? I'm bringing these back into style, these charity wristbands. This one saved the rubber tree.
Yeah.
You know what? It's not true. Absolutely true. Very quickly, I was wearing this at a gig, and this guy asked me about it, and I said, "Oh, it's saved the rubber tree," and he said, "Oh, is that a problem?" And this is all rubbish, by the way, not true. I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Well, the story's true, but what I'm about to tell you is true." I said, "It takes one whole tree to make one wristband." Right? And he was like, "Oh my god!" He goes, "What happens to the rest of the tree?" I was like, "Oh, it's just destroyed. It's ruined. They get the sap off the tree, and it takes one whole rubber tree to make one wristband." And he went, "That's awful." And I went, "I know. That's why I'm trying to raise awareness." And he said, "How is it raising awareness?" And I said, "I've had 50,000 of these made." And he went, "Yeah." So I've just decimated the whole ecosystem, right? And taken out 50,000 trees to make 50,000. It's my favourite gag. This is my gag. It's my favourite gag I've ever done ever. The guy went away. He went, give me a card. I'm going to order some of these wristbands off you. And I was like, "Yeah, don't worry about it. That's great." So yeah.
What was the very first gag you showed us when you come on screen today? It was with a letter.
Oh yeah. Where is that gone?
I was racking my brains trying to remember it.
Andy was there, and then right, Andy, ready?
Yeah.
That's it.
Dear.
I've got loads of them. I've got loads of them. I've got this one.
It wasn't as good as I sort of imagined when I was recording it.
Some of you may have seen, because of the thing, I've had some of these made up. Have you seen it before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. If you don't get it, let me know. I'll tell you. It's great. I got a toy, but I couldn't let my daughter have it because it's a choking hazard. You've got to be a proper Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Proper Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
That one. Oh dear. I've got them all in there. I've got them all in. Wow. I tell you, I love it. That was great, but that's a little greater. Look what I found.
Peter, I think we should be merciful, right, and send Wayne a copy of this.
I'm going to get a copy of it, I think. I'm going to come from that. I do love reading comedy books. I don't, not necessarily joke books, but books that look at because I'm writing a book on comedy at the moment, a bit like the other books I've written, and I think it'd be quite interesting to see what others have done. I don't like to copy what other people have written, so it'll give me a good insight. So yeah, I probably will pick one up next time I'm down. It looks like a good book. He's good as well. I don't know what gag you're talking about. You have to tell me afterwards.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It is brilliant. Really, really good.
There was one more thing that I was going to say, because I did have one more thing in the
Sac Magique.
Sac Magique. Oh, look at this. Oh.
And just so you know, AlakazamMagicUK tote bags sporting our vintage AlakazamMagicUK logo are available now online.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, look at
anyone can own one.
Anyone could own one of those, and you could walk the streets in style.
Oh, what is the last thing? So Harry asked, or I said to Harry that I would mention this, right? Because me and Peter both know how long Harry has been waiting for these to come back into stock. There we go. This is the green neck system. So for a long time, I believe this was only available in French. And then it was in a limited run of translated into English and out of stock for a long time. But these have just come back in stock. They are in limited numbers still, but stock is still there currently, and we have some here physically in stock at the shop. This is a green neck system. So as the name implied, it is a system pertaining to mentalism. I'll give you just a basic idea of what the effect is, or one of the things you can do with it. You can borrow 3 objects, they're put down on the table, you turn your back, someone selects one of the objects, and they don't have to physically select it, they can just select it in their mind. The objects are effectively mixed up, and then without you being told anything, you start eliminating objects, and then you hand them the one that they're thinking of. So that's just a very basic rundown of one of the very basic effects that you can do with it. You can elaborate on this by making some of the selections more like predictions rather than just a feat of mind reading. You can do it where an object's hidden under something. Tons of variations in here, all using what's come to be known as the green neck system. Harry absolutely loves this. I've seen him perform this to people in the shop before we had the books come back into stock. He performed it to me when we were first aware of it, and then I asked him to perform it for me again today, and it just looks like real mind reading. It does, doesn't it? It looks like real mind reading. And like I said, there's a lot of information that's covered in here, as you can see from this, and lots of neat variations. So yeah, we've got these back in stock now. This is a green neck system by Gabrielle Werlen. There we go.
So they are back in stock. Mac has asked, sorry if it's been covered already, but when is the next batch of Mirage likely to arrive, please? The next batch is due in, I believe, either the end of this week or early next week. We're only receiving 100 in each batch. The batches would be about 2 weeks apart, and we're getting 100 in each because that's all they can make in that time. The next batch that's coming in has almost sold out, if not already sold out. So if you're after one, please don't wait for it, pre-order it, because by the time they're coming in, they're going out. They really are. I mean, it's still our best-selling item, and we're what, almost a week on, and we're still selling more, or pre-selling more of those than anything else. It's 2 weeks on, aren't we? 2 weeks on. 3 weeks on.
Yeah, well, just under 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, 2 weeks on Thursday.
Tom Rolfe has asked if we're getting contactless back in stock. I believe we are. I don't know when it will be. It might not be till nearer to Christmas.
Sorry, Pete, have you turned your microphone off? Because your voice is dipped.
Yes, I have. It's back on, thank you. Tom's asked when contactless is coming back in. We're hoping to have them back in before Christmas. We are also bringing out 2 wallets combined very soon.
Ooh.
So you already know what it is, Wayne. You've already got one, to be fair.
I've got one. Yeah. I love it. The trouble
So
is, when I'm demming for AlakazamMagicUK, I can't use my one because
I'll sort you one of the new ones, because one of the new ones will be a a different colour as well. It's going to be black. Yeah, so there you go. Right, guys, that brings us to the end of today's live. I want to thank Andy Smith for coming in and entertaining us with some magic.
Thank you.
Obviously, the phenomenal Wayne Goodman as well. And the shirt, Wayne's shirt, who entertained us all afternoon. And you guys, especially for joining us on a Tuesday afternoon. Oh, there's another question. Fortuity by David Jonathan. When's it coming back into stock? I have had the samples of Fortuity 2 arrive today. In a week or so, I'm having a meeting with David Jonathan today or tomorrow to go over the samples. And if he is 100% happy with them, Fortuity will be out within the next 8 to 12 weeks. So keep your eyes open for that. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on the Alakazam Live. Without you, there would be no point in doing it, and it's always brightens up our day. The other thing I want to say as well, if you're on Instagram, go check out Michael Vincent. Click on the link in his bio, and there is a brilliant interview he did with someone a couple of years ago, I think it was. I watched it this morning, and Michael's a very good friend of mine. I've got a lot of respect for Michael, and for me it was the perfect way to start the day, just full of what is it? Good feelings.
Yeah, good vibes.
Good vibes. Full of good vibes.
He's very much about positivity, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, his whole when he's entertaining, performing. You know, I like a bit of cheeky banter, but he's very much more elegant, sophisticated, but also very calm, and you know, yeah, he's got a nice vibe about him.
Well, I was up at 2 a.m. this morning, so my first watch was that. And then I just got hooked on Vincent, and I just started watching all his YouTube stuff. I've seen it all before anyway, but I watched his Magic Castle Wax. I think it was 3 or 4 of those on YouTube. And yeah, I never tire of watching Michael and just not only his magic, but just watching the elegant way he performs.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's fantastic. So, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We will catch you next week on the Alakazam Live. I'm going to leave you once again with the trailer to... What one should we go for? Let's go for Foods for Thought.
Yeah.
The brilliant Steve-O performing Foods for Thought. So, guys, we will see you next week. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, are you well?
Yep.
Oh, good. Quick question for you guys. Do you like fast food? Takeaway food? Yeah, so do I. Absolutely love it. Now, before I go any further with that, I had a bit of a psychic wave come over me earlier on, and I wrote something down. Now, I'll just get it out of my wallet. I've written it on the back of this business card. So I'm just going to pop that there. Now, I don't want you to look what's on the back just yet, but we're going to use that in a second. Now, back to fast food. I'm just going to use some of my loyalty cards that I have for my favourite fast food restaurants. And I'll tell you what, we'll leave them out of it. And just in case you had a little bit of a glimpse there and you know what order they're in, I'm going to give them a bit of a mix as well, so we don't know what order they're in at all. Now, I want you to imagine that this is a bit like, have you been to a service station before? When you come off the motorway, go into the service station, that this is the food court. But because you don't know where any of the restaurants are, it's a bit now like a psychic food court. So what you're going to do is just going to walk in whichever door that you like. So again, without looking on the back there, just pop that card on any one of the restaurants that you want to walk into. So you're happy with that one? Yeah. Now I'm going to turn my back, and you're going to take 6 moves. Now these can be moves anywhere you want, left, right, right, left, whatever. But the only exceptions are you can only move 1 step at a time. And if you get to the end of the food court, you can't jump to the other end because you're not superhuman. So I'm going to turn my back so I can't see, and you're just going to move around 6 steps, please.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I don't think that you've ended up on either of the end takeaways. I don't think you've ended up at either end of the food court. Is that right, the two end ones? If you could just take the two either end ones away.
Yeah, clear.
Yeah, just take them away and put them face down somewhere, please.
Okay.
Now I'm going to give you, say, another 5 moves this time. And I'd like you to take 5 steps, and whichever card you land on this time, whichever fast food restaurant, I'd like you to take that card and pop it in the wallet, please. Again, keep it face down.
5 steps.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Okay, so if you could just take that card and pop that in the wallet, whichever one you've landed on. And there should be 2 cards left, is that right?
Yeah.
If you could just take one for yourself and slide one to me. Again, totally free choice.
Okay.
Okay, so now at the end we have a prediction which is written down. Which one did you slide to yourself just there, by the way? Was it this one here, and these were the other 2?
Yeah.
Okay, we put one in the wallet and this one's for me, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now at the beginning I mentioned I actually had a prediction written down which you've been using all along, and you didn't read this, correct? If you, for the first time, if you could just turn that over and start to read what's on the other side for me, please.
Why not order a takeaway from Domino's or McDonald's?
Were these the cards that you took away, was that correct?
Yeah.
If you could just turn those over for me, please. McDonald's and Domino's.
Domino's.
And what's the next line?
Keep me in your wallet and grab a KFC on the go.
Was this the one that you put in there? A KFC? There should be another line on there.
Why not grab yourself a foot long from Subway?
Is that what you did? Let's have a look. And what's the final line there?
Maybe even treat someone to a Starbucks.
Lovely. I'll have a large latte.
I will as well.
Lovely. Thank you very much.